August 9th, full moon peaks at 16 degrees and 59 minutes. This is happening at 3:55. I said PM, but it's AM, okay? This is the sturgeon moon. It was named that by Native Americans because of the sturgeon fish in the Great Lakes during this time. We are all feeling the vibes of the new moon. I said the new moon. The full moon, Mercury retrograde. But who feels it the heaviest? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. If you have any planets between 13 and 20 degrees in one of those signs, you're getting activated. Your chart is getting activated. What are the vibes? The full moon is about honoring your individuality, being true to your authentic self, right? Authenticity, that's big Aquarius vibes. And doing this while balancing your need for community and connection. The full moon also wants us to look to the future, right? Embrace it with hope. Think of the star card and the tarot. I feel optimistic and hopeful. I have faith in humanity. I know that we can create the world we want to live in. We can come together. We have to come together if we want progress, right? We have the power to make a difference, but we need to just honor each of our differences, if that made sense, and just accept everybody for who they are, unless you're a racist or a homophobe, you know what I mean. The full moon, but you are not because you're in here. The full moon occurs when the moon is opposite the sun. What are the vibes? The sun is in Leo, the moon is in Aquarius. These are fixed signs. It's giving stubborn. These signs like to dig their heels in. Hey, Isis, and not compromise. An opposition is a power struggle or battle. We've got an op, right? It's usually some kind of external conflict, some kind of situation outside of yourself. All right, maybe you have an actual op. All right, if you're in a tug of war, that's what an opposition is. Think about it. Both of you can pull the rope so hard that it could break. We don't want that to happen. We want to meet these two energies somewhere in the middle, right? Aquarius and Leo. How can we balance the need for community and connection and, doing what's best for the collective with the need to stand out, be your own self, and to shine your light? That's a good question. What's the battle over this full moon? We feel torn between honoring the solar Leo energy and the lunar Aquarius energy. You guys want to know what's funny? I wrote this yesterday afternoon. And I said, I always say this is Beyonce versus Destiny's Child. Then lo and behold, she brought them out last night. How crazy is that? Are we getting the band back together or going solo? Maybe we're bringing the band out for a little part of our concert. All right. Now, how can we manage these two very different vibes? Leo is the individual. Aquarius is the collective. There's this push-pull between honoring your identity and doing what's best for the community. And also like belonging to a community, essentially, right? Are you doing what's best for the collective? That's debatable. A happy medium is needed, right? We don't want to just not focus on our own needs, but we also don't want to neglect what is best for all of us. A full moon is a period of culmination and closure. Information can be revealed, right? We can have the lunar light illuminate situations and circumstances. Full moons are about reflection and letting go. What are you freeing yourself from? Aquarius can be pretty hell-bent on their way of seeing and doing things. It's very my way or the highway, all right? But maybe it's time to open up. I keep hitting the table. Open up your mind to new perspectives. Aquarius is more logical. Leo is more emotional. Leo rules the heart. Is it time to connect and check in with your heart? Are you being too rational and forgetting to check in with your feelings and emotions? You're not a robot. I always call Aquarius little robot, but you're not a robot. Even if you aren't feeling emotional, maybe somebody else is feeling emotional during this full moon because it tends to heighten emotions. All right, we're going to get into the backdrop of the full moon. There's so many aspects in this full moon, all right? The rulers of the moon are Uranus and Gemini and Saturn and Aries, right? Uranus is Aquarius's modern ruler. Saturn is the traditional ruler. Saturn in Aries is retrograde. Uranus in Gemini is opening up our minds to new possibilities. Yes, let's go. Saturn in Aries is encouraging us to step into our own individual power and authority. Now, I do want to point out that Saturn in Aries and Mars, which is now going to be in Libra, yay, are in debilitation. All right, Saturn is in the fall in Aries. What does that mean? Saturn likes it nice and slow. Mars's ruler Aries wants to rush into action. So These energies don't necessarily vibe. Mars is in detriment in Libra. Libra is a lover girl. Mars is a fighter. You see the disconnect? Okay, you guys get the vibes. Maybe there's some passive aggressive behavior during this full moon. We also might rush into action when we should be treading lightly, right? Pluto is also in the sign of Aquarius. Now, the full moon and Pluto aren't close in degree, but they're in the same sign. So transformation is also a theme of this lunation. Hey, Susanna. Pluto in Aquarius is transforming technology, society, social groups, wealth, everything. Let's go. There's a kite in this full moon chart. I love a kite, right? It is oh my God, a minor trine, right? With a major trine, a grand trine. And then you have an opposition. Hey, Tony, down the middle, all right? So it literally looks like a kite. I don't know if you guys ever seen a kite, but it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Even with the opposition, I'm not mad at a kite. For the Grand Trine, we've got Mars in Libra, Uranus in Gemini, and Pluto in Aquarius. They're all in harmony. How nice. Yes, happy new moon. Oh, I didn't see you. Yes, I did see you, didn't I? I did see you. We're still in the new moon phase. So we're still in the new moon phase. But I'm talking about the full moon. I'm moving on. See? Moving on. Oh, you guys know who I saw the other day? Didn't Maya have a song, Moving On? I just saw her at this radio thing. Okay, my bad. ADHD. Okay. My God. Okay. What? Really? Tony, please. Okay. I cannot. We can make things happen with this Grand Trine. Sorry for that little interruption. Our ambition and our innovation and our power, they're all in transformation. They're all just vibing together, right? We've got ideas. We've got the vision. We're ready to connect with others. All of these are very social signs, the air signs. The only downside, I would say, to a Grand Trine in air is that we may yap about something, but not actually do it. It's been a Capricorn, I'm dead. The opposition in the kite is for Mars in Libra to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, or maybe Mars is down here and Saturn, Neptune, and Aries is up there. In opposition, again, that's an op. It's a battle. There's a conflict here. Saturn is authority. Neptune is spirituality. Mars is ambition and assertion. Maybe we feel someone is trying to boss us around and we don't like that. Saturn, okay? Maybe we feel a little lazy with Neptune in the mix. Or we could just feel like we're being deceived, delusional. Or maybe we don't even know what we want, because Neptune can make us confused and low on vitality. I'm not really a fan of that aspect, but the path ahead may be unclear. Sometimes the best action is no action, right? When you're not sure what to do. So I would say really we're in the planning mode anyway, because this is a full moon. We're releasing, we're clearing out so that we can start to manifest in the new moon cycle. Mercury is still retrograde. Now, what else was I going to say? We've got that magic triangle that's on top of the kite. I keep talking about this. You guys are tired of me talking about this. Uranus and Gemini is forming a trine to Pluto and Aquarius, and then they're both forming a sextile to Neptune. It looks like a little fat triangle, like a pyramid. Okay? Uranus is disrupting community and communication. Pluto is transforming the power and control. Both planets are bringing technological advancements. But at the top of the triangle is that Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Hey, Alicia. So what's that giving? It's giving you, not anyone else has the power to make it happen. We got to do our part, right? We can't wait on someone else to save us. The universe is supporting our evolution and upgrade, but we need to be our own hero. Shout out to Aries energy. Be the change you want to see in the world. What I do like, too, is Venus in Cancer is moving towards a conjunction with Jupiter. That's so nice, right? Venus is love, beauty, relationships, and values. That's exact on the 12th, okay? Jupiter is growth, expansion, wisdom. It's also luck. These two planets, mwah, they're kissing up on each other, or they're going to lean in for a kiss. This could bring some blessings when it comes to love, relationships, and money. Yay. Family dynamics can improve, right? Because Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer is a sign of domesticity, if I could talk. Fingers crossed, okay? Mercury is still retrograde in Leo, and it won't station direct until August 11th. So there is the possibility for miscommunication. Also remember, during a full moon, people are emotional. Even if you're not emotional, right? Somebody may be feeling extra spicy. Now, the bright side of Mercury is it's forming a trine. You guys see that I told you a lot of aspects to Saturn and Neptune. So we're feeling serious and somber, but we're also feeling spiritual and hopeful. Mercury trine Saturn can create this desire to lock in and be focused, but Mercury trine Neptune can create this fuzziness and dreaminess. Maybe we feel like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of all over the place. We could swing from like locking in to taking a nap. Welcome to my world with that Saturn-Neptune conjunction. That's my life. I'm like, free me from that. All right. Mercury is also sextile to Uranus and Gemini. Hey, Amira. This aspect is great for outside the box thinking, coming up with solutions and trying new things. I love this, 10 out of 10. Maybe you gain insight on something from the past because Mercury is retrograde, right? Mercury is forming a sextile with Mars. We're feeling ready to go after what we want. Our minds are agile and open to learning new things. The spicy-ish. This is the hot spot. Mercury is in opposition to Pluto. It's not exact, but it's getting close. Both planets are retrograde. Whenever Mercury and Pluto face off, there could be a power struggle. Mercury is friendships, so it could be with a friend, right? But Mercury is also the mind. Pluto is power. Maybe you just want to force your opinions onto somebody, onto anyone that will listen. It's better to be kind than right. Unless you're a Capricorn, it's better to be right. I'm kidding. Choose peace over power. I really do not give a damn about being kind, but I do want to be right. I'm going to be honest. All right. My bad. Pluto in Aquarius is logical and aloof, right? Mercury in Leo is very loud and proud. So maybe we're feeling torn between me, and we, honoring our needs and doing what's best for the collective. This is more of that Leo Aquarius axis battle. Are we doing a Beyonce and just bringing Kelly and Michelle out for a snippet? Or are we really going to put them on a tour and get Destiny's Child back together? I don't know. All right. But maybe you want to work on your mixtape and your friends need help doing something. So you're like kind of torn between, do I help my friends or do I do me? With all these aspects to Mercury and all the planets or the moon and Pluto and Aquarius, the sign associated with friendship, there could be something that pops up with your friends during this full moon. So you have been warned. All right, I am going to get into the horoscopes. And then that's that. I'm saying, friends, I can't with me either. All right, Aries, we're starting with you. Are your friendships, speaking of friends, supporting your growth, Ram? Maybe it's time to cut off some connections. There could be some piping hot tea served during this full moon regarding a deception or a betrayal in a platonic connection. Now, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as a Tyler Perry movie, but you might have a change of heart when it comes to a friendship or a social group. Mars in your sister sign could bring conflicts and partnerships. Choose peace, but Pluto is transforming your friendships and long-term goals. So don't cling to what's long been over. Maybe you gravitate towards friends who care about the same causes as you. Aries mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I create connections that uplift and inspire me. Yes, Alicia, I'm getting to Sagittarius. I'm going in the order of the Zodiac. Taurus. Are you being promoted or hitting send on that resignation email, bull? You're like, quit my job in this economy. But as Uranus transits Gemini, your values are shifting and the way you make your coins might be changing as well. It could be time for a new professional track, one that allows you to make a difference in the world. You could find it harder to take orders from your boss with Pluto transiting your house of career. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Let's go, Taurus. Maybe you need to spend more time at home with your family, and Mercury retrograde has shown you what truly is important, right? Your loved ones. Taurus mantra for the Aquarius full moon. My work matters and I make a difference. Gemini, Uranus, the ruler of the moon, is in Gemini and shaking up your life, twin. While this is a slow transit, you could feel the electric energy already. You might be ready to, you might feel like jetting away or even relocating to another country. I know that's right. Before you sign that lease in Bali, hold off until Mercury, your ruling planet, is direct on August 11th. Maybe you're returning from a journey, a spiritual or physical one, with a new perspective or some new energy. It could be a more subtle shift that occurs in your mindset. You're no longer thinking locally, but globally. You could even decide to pursue a different professional path, or course of study. Gemini mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I embrace new education and experiences. Cancer, let the ego expire, crabby. Grieve the past, acknowledge the pain, then release the trauma and drama. If you don't know how to heal or where to begin, shadow work is a good starting point. Yes, it is. Maybe even tap in with a therapist. Jupiter is in your sign and bringing the high vibes and optimism, but your energy needs to match that vibration. Don't stay stuck in the past. Really, Jagger? Or hold on to your fears around love and money. Yes, you need to feel secure. You literally carry your home with you wherever you go, that little crab shell. But you need to believe that you will always be provided for, and that begins with your mindset. Let go of scarcity energy. There's more than enough love. There's more than enough love and money to go around. Cancer mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I live a life free of fear, period. Leo, where you at? Relationships can help or hinder us, Lion. It's time to check in with your partnerships, business and professional. Are they supporting you? Jagger, really? Are they supporting or stunting your growth? You don't have to cut ties with a friend or lover, but maybe you need to change the way you maneuver in a personal connection. Are you balancing your own needs with the needs of others? The most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. Amen. Mercury retrograde is encouraging you to revisit and reconsider aspirations that you might have abandoned. What makes your heart flutter? Maybe you have disconnected with your passion and it's time to reignite it. Leo mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I deserve harmonious relationships. I'm dead. Virgo, where you at? Working out is not about having a six-pack, but feeling good in your body, Virgo. There's no perfect body, but exercise and eating better will help you feel better, and feeling good is looking good. What did Kate Moss say? Nothing tastes as good as skinny looks or feels. That's not true. Okay, sorry. The full moon is a good time to quit a bad habit. Maybe it's not a major vice, but how about cutting back on your screen time? Put your phone down before bed. I need to do that too. When was the last time you spent time in nature? Touch grass or take a walk outside. That could be very therapeutic. If your job is stressing you out, how can you switch things up at your gig? Are you doing your job and your coworker's job too? Yes, Virgo. You're the servant of the Zodiac, but you don't have to be the slave. Virgo mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I choose to prioritize my well-being. Libra. Maybe it's time to release the creative project, Libra. After Mercury stations direct is ideal, but start putting things in motion. If you've been hesitant to share your artistry, you could finally feel the urge to bless the world with your talents. The mixtape may not be the only thing you're dropping. I know that's right. The full moon could be a period where you decide to cut off a romantic connection. Clear the whole roster if the spark isn't sparking. On the flip side, maybe you're ready to take your love to the next level. Saturn in Aries could create a desire to lock someone in, with a solid commitment. Make sure this isn't a retrograde hiccup, as Neptune in Aries can cloud your judgment. Have a trusted friend run a background check on any serious suitors, or put them on the T app. I'm kidding. Libra mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I am clever and creative in all that I do. What are you doing? I'm so sorry. Oh my, Scorpio, are you still holding out? Are you still holding on to a childhood heartbreak, Scorpio? Maybe you're thinking back to something your mother did years ago. It's time to let that go. Now, I don't expect you to wave a magic wand and all is forgiven, but start to free yourself of that heavy baggage. Friend, you just missed Libra. You've been lugging around since childhood. We know you love a good vengeance plot, but forgiveness is a gift that you give yourself. This full moon may have you itching to move, but maybe you hold off on locking in a lease or closing on a home until after Mercury retrograde. With your modern ruler Pluto facing off with Mercury, there could be this push-pull between your career and home life. How can you make time for the fam and still pursue your professional goals? Scorpio mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I release old emotional patterns. Jagger was using the microwave and making a lot of noise in the background. That's what was going on. Okay, everyone, sorry. Like after we just ate, but it is what it is. Okay, Sagittarius, I will read Libra again. Give me 1 second. Sagittarius, where are you at? Somebody asked about Sagittarius. Your thoughts create your reality, Saggies. You're the master of manifestation. So if circumstances and situations aren't aligning in your favor, it's time to free yourself of any low vibe mindsets and ways of thinking. Maybe some forgiveness needs to occur. There could be a past beef or grudge that you've been holding on to. While you're ready to book a flight, how about checking in with your family? Okay, Tony, when was the last time you bonded with your bloodline? Maybe call the cousins and see what they're doing. Jupiter, your ruler, is connecting with Venus, so a monetary blessing could come through an intimate connection, a lover or a family member. Sagittarius mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I speak my future into existence. Period. Capricorn, gang, gang. What if you could tap into your talents to make more money, Cappy? Utilize those gifts that you take for granted. Maybe it's time... Maybe it's your knack for predicting trends. What's the next big thing? Jump on it and watch the universe make the rest happen. Maybe you file a patent. What good is that genius idea if it just sits in your mind? You know what I saw on TikTok? There really are no new ideas. It's all about who pursues them first. So let it be you, Cappy. The early bird gets the word. Abundance is associated with your mindset. So maybe it's time to free yourself of a scarcity mentality. Cappies can be doom and gloom, but the universe wants you to be supported and provided for. So trust that things are always working out for you because they are. Capricorn mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I am open and receptive to abundance. Thank you, Brower. I think that's how you say your name. Aquarius, where you at? It's your full moon. Let it go, let it flow, Aqua. Free yourself from any behaviors or mindsets that are keeping you playing the background when you're really the main character. Aquarius doesn't like to be the main character. They like to be like a part of the crew. But that's the next line. While you're all about the crew and making sure everyone feels included, make sure you aren't neglecting yourself in the process. Mercury retrograde could bring back lovers and friends from the past. But before you revisit a connection, think twice. Instead of hooking up with your ex, how about a new hobby? Uranus, your ruler, is encouraging new creative projects and fun activities. If your seeds from the new moon in your sign 6 months ago haven't sprouted, it's time to tend to your garden. Aquarius mantra for the Aquarius full moon. I am free to celebrate my uniqueness. Yeah, I noticed even my Aquarius friends, I've said this before, they'll like post pictures with other people, but not a lot of pictures alone. It's very strange. Pisces, bye-bye blues. Free yourself of the sorrow and grief, Pisces. Maybe you're holding on to feelings that aren't even yours to carry. This full moon is the end of a karmic cycle. Think of it as an emotional decluttering. Release all the sadness. Journal, book a therapy session, do some yoga, schedule a Reiki healing session. Use this full moon to rest and recharge. You may even need to self-isolate. The North Node in your sign is supporting your glow up. You can't upgrade while clinging to the past. If you need to beat yourself up, do it with a feather and not a hammer. Extend the same grace to yourself that you give to everyone else. Forgive yourself and move on. Pisces mantra for the Aquarius full moon. The future is mine to create.